Newly crowned Mexican unified heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. says that former unified British heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, in whom he took the titles from, will be the same as before. He said it will not be revenge, it will be repeat, as Anthony Joshua is just not a good boxer. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Andy Ruiz Jr. says it will not be revenge for Anthony Joshua. In fact, it will be repeat for himself, Andy Ruiz Jr., in their rematch come November in New York at Madison Square Garden. He said that the bottom line is this: Anthony Joshua is not a good boxer. He says, I know all his flaws. I felt his power. I'm going to make adjustments. I had 5 weeks to get prepared for him. He said on short notice. He says, I'll be better the next time. It's not much that he could change. He says that what is he going to do? Try to use the ring more, use more movement, try and run. He says, I have a lot that I could add to my game to be more successful, to have a better fight, in the rematch. He stated that, Anthony Joshua is just not a good boxer. He just doesn't have, boxing skills. He's a good puncher, but he's not a good boxer, and there's a difference. And I agree with Andy Ruiz Jr. Anthony Joshua lacks head movement. Anthony Joshua lacks stamina. Anthony Joshua lacks mobility. He's very stiff, right? Anthony Joshua was looking to his corner for advice, and they couldn't give him advice. He was asking, why is this happening? Why is Andy Ruiz doing this? What's he going to do next? What's going to be his next move? So on and so forth, right? Because inside the ring, he didn't have the necessary IQ to make the necessary adjustments on the fly in the ring. Like Floyd Mayweather always states, you have to have plan A, B, C, and D. If you don't have those to make the necessary adjustments on the fly in the ring without having to look to your corner, then you're in trouble. And that's what we've seen from Anthony Joshua. He didn't have what it takes to make the necessary adjustments, and so he paid the ultimate price. He lost all his belts to Andy Ruiz, getting dropped 4 times and stopped in the 7th round, ultimately losing his titles, right? And his undefeated record. So with that said, Andy Ruiz Jr. says that, I'm just going to repeat it's just going to be a repeat cycle. At the end of the day, I'm going to be much better. The only thing he could do is, at this point in time, is try to utilize the ring and utilize mobility and try to run. But that's not going to work for him. And if that is the case, in my opinion, if that's the case, then that's worse for Anthony Joshua, because he already has stamina issues. So if you're going to try to use more movement to use more stamina, if you tie it out round in the first fight and you're trying to use more movement in the second fight, that just spells for a disaster for Anthony Joshua. I think that Anthony Joshua needs to learn how to stand his ground, fighting inside. His inside game was lacking. He didn't know how to tie up too well, and he didn't utilize his jab enough. He didn't utilize his size. As Timothy Bradley stated, Anthony Joshua likes to fight small. He thinks he's a welterweight. He thinks he's a little guy. He needs to fight big, learn how to fight big. So this is the reason why most guys point to Anthony Joshua losing the rematch, is because they don't believe that he's going to make the necessary adjustments this quick, in such a quick turnaround, to be successful. So with that said, I agree with Andy Ruiz Jr. I don't think that Anthony Joshua, in this short period of time, once he gets in the ring and there's turmoil and controversy, he's facing adversity in the ring. And I don't think he's going to be able to make the necessary adjustments that fast. I don't think he learned that fast. I think that he feels like it's more of a fluke that Andy Ruiz was able to get up from the combination that he dropped him with. I think Anthony Joshua feels like, other things played a part in him losing the fight, whether he admits it or not. He's a good sport, so he's not going to make up excuses to us as the public. Or the fans or the media. He's not going to make up excuses, right? But behind closed doors, I believe in Anthony Joshua, heart of hearts, he feels like there was something wrong and he wasn't able to capitalize on Andy Ruiz, dropping Andy Ruiz and such, right? But with that said, I think that Andy Ruiz styles make fights. I think his counterpunching ability, his quick hands and his movement to go along with his ring IQ and the will to win is just going to be too much for Anthony Joshua. I think that Anthony Joshua in the rematch, if he uses his jab, he could be successful. If he fights tall, he'll be successful. The thing is, he has to know when he lets his jab go and Andy Ruiz tries to counter him and come over the top, he just has to learn if he gets in close to be able to tie up, a la Vladimir Klitschko used to do, right? He had trouble with his chin. His chin was suspect, Vladimir Klitschko, and so what he did was, when you got in close to him, he would tie you up. He would keep you at bay with his jab, but if he was able to have success and get in the inside, then he would grab you and tie you up, right? And this is what Anthony Joshua needs to learn. These are things that Anthony Joshua needs to learn for him to be successful, especially against smaller guys. He already stated that he doesn't like to fight shorter guys because he has to come down to their level. That's a red flag in itself by saying that. For him to say that he has to stoop down and hunch down to their size and their level, it's a problem from him, and he don't like it. He much rather fight taller fighters. That says it all in right there. Because you shouldn't be stooping down to their level. You shouldn't be hunching down to their level. You should be using your jab and using your advantages, not going to them and even in the playing field for them. You should be using your jab and keeping them at bay. Use your size as an advantage. He chooses not to. And just the mere fact that he commented those comments that he stated that he doesn't like to fight shorter guys because he has to stoop, hunch down to their level, just tells you everything you need to know. That's a red flag in itself. His mindset is all wrong when he's dealing with guys that's smaller than him. So if he was to fight tall, use his jab, keep Andy Ruiz at bay, hide his right hand, things of that nature, he would have much more success, be able to fight on the back foot. Instead, his inside game is not that good. So instead of trying to use your inside game at this point in time, because you haven't grown your inside game, just learn to tie him up on the inside. And then once the referee breaks you, then you go back to your jab. You understand? Make it hard for him. Make him have to work extra hard to get on the inside. Then tie him up. Use your size as an advantage. Lay on him, lean on him, as Vladimir Klitschko used to do. That ties your opponents up, right? And it gives you a break. So then when he breaks, then you can hide your right hand behind it, as Vladimir Klitschko used to do. There's a lot that Anthony Joshua needs to learn. And I think that this is the reason why you get a lot of guys like George Foreman, Carl Froch, David Hay, and Lennox Lewis, and Freddie Roach. And, you get so many people, boxing pundits, that just feel like Anthony Joshua should, hold off on the immediate rematch, and, get him a few more tools under his belt before he goes back in there with Andy Ruiz. But Anthony Joshua, his pride and his competitive nature is having him want to go directly back into the rematch and avenge what took place and right the wrong. And let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Andy Ruiz Jr. said it will not be revenge, but in fact it will be repeat, because Anthony Joshua is just not a good boxer. That's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sports TV, baby.